time it is!
Thanks everyone for checking out the C Squared Hour. I'm your host, Chris. And by now you already know that if you're listening to this. I'm not picking up a lot of new listeners, you know what I'm saying? Because some of my friends won't share this. They tell me they listen to every episode. They love every episode. But they don't tell their fucking friends. So do that for me. I would appreciate it. If I entertain you at all within this hour, 40 minutes, within this hour, just help a brother out, would you? I gotta tell you folks, you're in for a treat. I know there's two types of shows I usually do. I know that. Don't pretend like I'm whatever. I know who I am. If you look at my show rundown, I did show prep. I went through and did it up. It is one of the most organized show preps I've ever done. So if you people, I can't say you people, can I? If my squareheads, and yeah, I'm keeping squareheads going, fuck you. I'm even about to make a shirt about it. If my squareheads enjoy a very professional, a very specific sort of show, you could look at my show prep list and see that's what I'm trying to do. That being said, I've had probably a few more beverages than I probably should have before starting recording. So I know there's some of you squareheads. See, did it again. Branding. I know there's some of you that love it when I go off the rails. When I just start talking about something and I get lost and then I find myself halfway through. Sometimes I don't find myself at all. Thank God I have a dog who can guide me back. My eyes aren't that bad. She's not a real guide dog. I say this as I have to,
We need to build a wall.
Have to move my soundboard again. Because I'm trying to be more professional and use that. So, I digress. There's two ways this episode's going to go. I don't know which one the majority of my squareheads enjoy, but one of them is getting the episode they want, and we'll find out at the end which one that is. I bet that almost made sense. Well, as we look into it, you gotta be wondering, why is the second mic off? Why is there no one sitting across the table from you? The other Chris has some things going on this week. Once again, he is lobbying on his own time. He is it's not freelance because he's not getting paid beforehand. He's lobbying on spec. If that makes any sense. He's out there, he's lobbying, and he's hoping he lobbies so well for the issue that he is going after that they fucking hire him. I've heard worse ideas. I've heard about a fat white guy trying to get famous on a podcast, and we both know there's way too many of those in the media. Anywho, so he's back there lobbying, and he decided that this is the week, the month. Actually, he's been doing this for about a month and a half, I think. He's hoping that because the primary debates are happening, that what he wants to say is going to get lost. Because that's always what you want. You want, if you have a weird-ass law you're going to pass, or you're going to put through, you want to do it when people are distracted, right? So that's kind of his point. And he's been on this track beforehand. This is not a new issue that he is approaching. This is something he has been working for years trying to get fixed, and he's back on this train. He watched a news clip, saw some dumb gash getting on the plane with her emotional support bird or whatever the fuck it was, and he looks at all these like service donkeys or whatever the fuck they have. Okay, you get your service animal, whatever. If you want that, that's fine. Come to think of it, I should get my dog registered as a service animal. Anyway, people bring on ostriches and shit like that. So he finally said, here's what I'm going to do. I know more people who are alcoholics than that own service ferrets. So just to help them out, to maybe line my pocket a little bit, here's what I'm going to do. Addiction is a disease. I think we can all agree on that at this point. I'm not sure how many Nancy Reagans are still out there. If you're out there, you're probably pretty fucking stupid. Addiction is a disease. So what he is saying is all these dumbasses who get to bring their birds and their llamas and their donkeys on flights. You want to play that game? Okay. Well, if you're an alcoholic, you should be able to drink on the job. Christ, that was perfect timing, and I did not. Honestly, I am not good enough at this to plan it that well. But yeah, so he's out there saying, hey, if all these whiners can have their emotional support, whatever, yeah, you should be able to drink on the job if you have a disease. I mean, you're going to run into the heroin, the cocaine, you're going to run into all those issues down the road, but, fuck it, cross that bridge when you come to it, right? And we've all seen the dumbass Facebook and, oh, look, they have their emotional support ostrich. And we all know it's fucking stupid. No matter how stupid it is, though, it's legal. So let's, if you're gonna be weird and get stupid shit, let's let the lowlifes get some stupid shit. That's what he's saying up on Congress or wherever he is right now. He lobbies at so many weird places. I think they've gotten annoyed with him at Capitol Hill, or no, you know what? He's worried about the government shutting down. That's what it is. That's why he's not there. That's why he's going to state capitals and shit like that. So, if you're wondering where the other Chris is, he is lobbying for drunks to be able to drink on the job. I'm sure he's done it before. I'm not sure he would do it again. Who knows? We'll see how this one goes. And obviously, my squareheads know where I'm going next. Well, I mean, guess what? I am actually wearing a C Squared Hour shirt right now. Because we have sponsored you've seen it on Instagram, we sponsored a bowling team, and I came straight from the bowling alley to do this for you. So I'm rocking my shirt, so go buy shit. You know where it is. The links are going to be available. The links are available. So go buy shit. Randy, you still haven't accepted or declined the offer specifically. You might be wondering, why is there so much venom on this episode? Why could there be so much? You're kicking ass in my fantasy football league. We're having great conversations. We might have. Why are you so angry at hockey season starting? We both know personally why I might be annoyed. And plus, you're a Penguins fan, I'm a Flyers fan. So there's another reason. You know why hockey season makes me annoyed at you. And to be honest, there's a couple other people I skated with this week who kind of feel the same way about it. So, Randy, just to appease, even if it's not to settle anything we have, because anything we have isn't real. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I hate to break down the fourth wall, but anything we have isn't real. I just kind of want to fight one of my friends, and you seem to be The one closest to an even bout for me. You know you have high quality headphones when they bump your mic stand and it makes a sound. That's right, Daddy, don't fuck around. But Randy, everyone in the world knows that someone in their friends group or the friends group needs a fight to keep everything level. I've tried to fight everyone in the friend group, and actually I'll get to that later, but I've tried to fight everybody. Not many have taken me up on the offer, and the ones that did just took it up enough to end the thing. So, to keep our friend group going, Randy, let's make this happen. The offer's still there. Let's do it. Well, some sad news since I last recorded an episode. The Smash Mouth guy died. Yep, well, let's raise a glass or pour it out. So, what it comes down to is, I guess the world did finally roll him. Yeah, because he, you know what? Maybe he's finally walking on the sun. I would feel more upset about this, but he held a concert in June of 2020 and 300 people got COVID at that. So, who knows what was wrong with him? Who knows? But, and death is always sad, but if there's anybody you could make fun of in death, he's one of them. So, R.I.P. and go cover another song. Fuck you, I thought that was pretty clever. You also might be wondering why I've been a little delayed on this, because honestly, I've had a lot of material. I've had everything going on, but a lot of shit's been going on in my world, and it's happened at weird times of the day. Now, if any of my squareheads could convince the people in my life that it's okay for me to get shithoused at 11 a.m. on a weekday, you're getting an episode every week. That's it. But that isn't gonna happen. Not until you fuckers start buying more shit, start paying for more shit.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
If you want an episode more regularly, wow, that was almost a word. But if you do, you're gonna have to start buying shit. You're gonna have to start, listening and sharing it more. And then I'll have a reason to get tuned up in the middle of the day. That being said, the real reason is we had both the grand final of Aussie Rules football and the next Republican primary debate. Whew. A chef's kiss is a thing right now that people do, right? Collingwood, my Aussie Rules football team, grand final champions, the Super Bowl of Aussie Rules football. They were the champs. Say what you will, but from what I understand, like, Collingwood is kind of like the Yankees of Aussie Rules football. So you can jump my shit for being a fan of them, but they have the American playing. And he actually did some work in the grand final. So I gotta tell you, I don't care if you know the sport at all, if you understand what's going on. I'm going to tell you, the last quarter of the grand final was insane, was fantastic. It was St. Louis against Tennessee. It was Kurt Warner against Steve McNair. It was that good. So even if you know nothing about the sport, if you watch the last quarter, you will be entertained. Honestly, it was The whole event was great. Well, minus the halftime show. It looked like the retarded half-brother of Bruce Springsteen playing a bunch of shit. So if you skip past halftime, go right ahead. But if you enjoy competition, the grand final is for you. Hell of an ending. Hell of an ending. There's not much more I can say about it. And the American did a lot of good work. I'm not going to describe it, but if you watch the game, you'll see. Did a lot to help the team. So there you go. And then I had to study the debate. Study might be a little off. I had to watch the debate and then watch how stupid everyone in the spin room was about the debate. Mike Pence. Dude, you're not funny. You're not. And it's okay. You're not funny, and it's okay. People aren't funny. Just because your boss was, even though your boss was funny for the wrong reasons. It is so sad watching Mike Pence pausing during his, during whatever he's talking about. And he pauses for the laugh, and then nothing happens. And then he's like, gotta figure out how to talk, and then he rambles on trying to find something. And then by the time he finds something, his time's up, but he's got to keep going because he's got to fill up his time. Look, I'm not talking shit about that. Alright? Vice President Pence, I will give you that. Do you know how many times I'm sitting here in my studio? You know how many times I'm sitting here and just start a sentence, and if it doesn't go the way I originally hoped it did, I hope to find the end by the time I'm done talking? I get it, buddy. I'm on your team when it comes to that. But this is 2 debates in a row where no one laughed when you gave them the pause. Stop trying that. And I don't know is he just bored? Did Homeboy figure out that he liked the TV on him? There looks like no god. He doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. He doesn't look like he wants the nomination. He just looks like he's up there, which is fine. That's all you want to do. That's fine. And he wasn't the first one to drop out, for fuck's sakes. He was even the North Dakota guy who was on the end who just I'm gonna start talking, and if they stop me, they stop me. If they keep me going, even that guy seemed like he wanted to be there. Yet you weren't the first one to drop out. I'm lost on that. But like I said, Mikey, I'm sorry. Vice President Pence. That's the shitty thing, is he earned and deserves the title of Vice President. The Vice President Al Gore, he still gets, thing. Mike Pence got his wagon hitched to the wrong horse, and because Trump was such a fucking joke, he's not going to be the former vice president, he's going to be Mike Pence. But boy, this last debate, my girl Nikki Haley, she's only my girl because I love her in debates. She is such a soccer mom cunt, and she has no qualms about being that person. She's telling the business guy, I feel stupider now that I'm talking to you. I'm about to say something sexist. Honey, if you're trying to win the nomination, you can't pull lines like that if you're a Republican. Republicans do not enjoy broads talking like that to men, regardless of how stupid the men are, regardless of how batshit they are. I talked to a friend of mine, and it's I'm not even going to try to say his name because I'm going to fuck it up and sound racist. But the business guy, In essence, the Republican Marianne Williamson. Her saying, like, well, I'm stupid, or I feel more stupid listening to you, or dumber than you. Honey, that's not gonna play well. That's not gonna play well to the Republicans. I'm sorry. But who was it? Was it Senator or Governor Scott? It looked like you two had decided that it's you two versus DeSantis. DeSantis is going to win because he decided to just toe the line. I'm not going to answer any questions. I'm in the middle of the stage. That's all. So DeSantis is going to win. We all know that. Fucking Chris Christie. What a fucking joke. He's up there basically. He did nothing but suck Donald Trump's dick when Donald Trump got elected. And now that he didn't get a job through Donald Trump, he's going to sit there, oh, Donald Duck, because he's ducking this. Dude, you're from Jersey. You tried to be a sports talk radio guy, and that's the best you got. We're going to start calling him Donald Duck, because he's ducking these. You may be polling better than the North Dakota guy, but for that simple fact, you need to drop out. But it's funny watching because it was, like I mentioned, there was the North Dakota guy who, I think it was the same guy, who basically would just, after the first debate, he's like, you know what, I'm just going to start talking until they tell me to stop. And they told him stop, and he just kept going. But it's hilarious watching, god damn it, I'm going to feel like an asshole because I don't remember his first name, but Scott, the bald African-American gentleman. See, as a bald guy, I truly remember him. Him and Haley went toe-to-toe, and you got to see the real them. Scott still had some of that playground hood in him, if you will, and Nikki Haley definitely still had some of that PTA mom cunt in her. There was a couple times where they really let their flags fly. And what, both people who've dropped out have endorsed her? I don't know. Tough break, Christy. Dude, your chance was probably the Romney year. Anyway, you're gone. Chris Christie is up there to drop out and to hitch his wagon to whoever's going to get the nomination because he wants to be vice president. That's why he's there, but he's not good enough to do that either, and he's too transparent to do that. Alright, fuck the debates. I'm done with it. Oh, real quick, before I finish, a good friend of mine, she says she listens, and she has all these, she would like to be... She is the one person I have found who's willing to talk politics with me. And to be quite honest, we have gone through some shit that nobody else would go through in their life, and we made it happen. And this bitch is gonna offer to talk politics with me. So hey, all of my squareheads, I need you to get out there, and you need to tell... I'm not going to give you her name. I'm not going to give you info. Text me, email me, tweet me, all your messages to this broad, explaining to her why she needs to be on the show. And we'll get her there. Honestly, this is one gal I have gone through some of the worst moments of my life with. And she could say the exact same thing about me. And she's one of the only people who will talk politics with me. So, tell that dumb bitch to get on the show. You can really tell when I go off list and when I'm staying on the list, can't you? Again, I've been a little distracted lately just because, the best times I could do this would be in the middle of the day. And it seems a little off to get shithoused in the middle of the day, so... Daddy needs his naps. Daddy needs his sports watching times. So you don't get this the way you don't get this the way it should happen. By the way, when I told you this is either going to be a perfectly concise and specific and all those things I said I was gonna, with how organized my show prep was, it's gonna be the opposite. So the squareheads who want the opposite, get ready. Anyway, where I was going with that is baseball playoffs start. I love baseball playoffs. Possibly my favorite playoffs. They're tied with the NHL, but I'm not going to go into the fact that me being a Diamondbacks fan has been watching them kick the dick in of everyone they played. Not going to mention that. What I am going to mention, my favorite person in the world, fucking Marlins man, was at the Brewers Arizona series. Marlins man, that guy who wears... Oh, that's odd. He's Marlins man, but he was in Milwaukee watching the Brewers versus the Diamondbacks. Why wasn't he in Philly watching the Marlins versus the Phillies? Oh, he had a falling out with the team, did he? Well, if you're not a phony, maybe you wear whatever other team that comes across to you. Let me try that again. Maybe wear whatever team gear that you decide to follow at that point. Oh, you didn't like how the Miami Marlins treated you, so I'm Marlins man, but I'm not going to go. Or maybe the fact that they're playing in Philly, you might be a little scared of Philly fan. That might be a thing too. Fucking Marlins. Maybe you didn't want to buy tickets for the front row in Philly and you prefer to buy them in Milwaukee. Maybe you're a giant fucking phony who found a way to get on TV and all of a sudden got a nickname and... I'm going to jump into my next point real quick. So, listen close to this joke. I understand Marlins man went to like all these because he beat, he's going to all these events. He wants to make sure he's at hockey games and basketball games. And Marlins man is doing that because, he got diagnosed with cancer and he beat cancer. And so I would have never rooted harder for cancer in my life. Anyway, he is sitting next to this guy wearing the Eminem NASCAR jacket, who apparently is a famous fan in Chicago. He's a White Sox fan who sits behind. I don't know. So he finds another fucking fame-hungry douchebag who has no talent. And they're sitting, but to be fair, they're sitting next to a front row Betty or Amy or Jill or whatever it is. There's a broad who sits in the front row of every Brewers game who makes sure to keep score, and she has a BFPT, so people remember her now. But yeah, she sits front row, big fat pair of tits. She sits front row and keeps score for everything, and she's famous now. So it was her, Marlins man, and I don't know what Eminem guy's fucking his nickname is or whatever. You're a phony. Go home. No one gives a shit about you. Where's the only... Oh yeah, when it comes to baseball, it's either the only place that will let him buy his tickets. It's LA. Last year, he had to keep fighting a guy to get on camera, and the guy would come back to his seat and push him off. Earn something, bro. Earn something. I'm trying to earn something, but I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I have something right now until I get there. I don't know. Marlins, man, you're a cunt. The broad you sat with in Milwaukee is the only one who was worth a shit as far as the main fans go. I'm sorry I'm talking too much sports, but here comes a sports take that isn't really sports. Where has all the money gone for the vaccine? Who's paid for the vaccine? Who has done all the... Where is all this going? The vaccine was free to us. Allegedly, it was kind of free to the government. I don't know, where's all the money at? Maybe it's just tracking microchips or whatever. Well, that's stupid. Why would anybody give something away for free if it wasn't just to help the greater good? I don't know. A company that I never heard of before the vaccine is now sponsoring the Tennis US Open. Probably the third most important tennis tournament in the world. This company that had never been heard of until we were forced to get their shit put into us is now sponsoring them. Look, I get it. As a company, you have more money. You have more shit going on for you now. The government paid you a bunch of money to put it, whatever. I get that. But people, even before you were getting the money, are saying, what the fuck is up with this company? What the fuck are they doing? What are they? So you know what you do to make yourself more legitimate? Let's sponsor something that we would have never in our wildest dreams been able to sponsor before we got government money to give away this shit. Look, I understand why you're doing it as a company. Hey, look, we're a medical company. Don't just look at us as a vaccine company. Look at us, as a medical company. We're going to sponsor some shit. The problem is, New York. If you're going to say, where's the liberal hotbed of whatever, like the UN and all that shit, you're getting New York. Second of all, you can't be so in your face about it. Have commercials. You cannot put your name on the banner across the entire match. While Lana Del Rey is singing to Michelle Obama, your company name cannot be in the background. Or it can, and you're just saying, fuck it. You're just saying, we're a scam. Everyone knows it. Let's just throw our name here to get more people to our website. Which is fine. Moderna, if you want to continue being a company, put your name in your back pocket for a while. I watch Pluto TV. I watch 24/7 Cops. That's a good spot for a commercial. Since my last episode, look at me. I'm talking shit about people. I'm making fun of companies. I love making fun of people. And I love people making fun of me. These next couple takes I'm going to have are the opposite of that. All the shit Mitch McConnell's taking for him talking and then spacing out in the middle of his conversation or looking like an asshole. As someone with epilepsy, that looks like vacant seizures. And I have them quite a bit. And so at his advanced age, maybe they are less controlled by medicine or they're not as controlled by medicine as they used to be. I've had vacant seizures quite a bit. They are nothing to be made fun of. They're a little bit to be made fun of. But stop trying to fucking... Oh boy, I guarantee you, it would go better. I mean, at least in my book, obviously, because, I'm money here. It would go better for you if you just said, hey, look, I have a seizure disorder. Maybe you don't have to say epilepsy, because that conscious. You do. I have this, and it's causing these. But no, there's a vitamin deficiency. Go fuck yourself. I hate old people in government. Absolutely hate it. You're making laws, you're voting for laws that are only going to affect 5 years of your life, while you're voting for laws that are affecting 70 years of other people's lives. I want McConnell to say what is actually happening. He has a seizure disorder. The meds aren't controlling it as much as they used to. That's exactly what it looks like. I have had that look on my face more than once, more than twice. Shit, I probably had it in this room recording this right now. You're not gonna see the moment. You're not gonna hear the moment because I'm gonna cut it out. I probably, with how much I drink and how much I've drank tonight, I probably had that same fucking look. The point I'm trying to make is with how much I make fun of people, and then I look at someone who is potentially fighting the same battle. No, it's true. People call this a battle.
Shut up, bitch!
As someone, I'm sorry, Vince, I'm going back to it. You're gonna get made fun of less if you're honest about it. I'm sitting here joking about it, looking like you just accidentally took a dump while you're in the middle of a speech, like you were watching the A-bomb go behind whatever you're watching. You can't say shit like that, especially if you have it. No, I can, because making fun of people is fun. Admit it. And this came up during the same time. But Mitch, not a huge fan of you politically, not a huge fan of you publicly, but if you came out and admitted your shit and honestly said what was really going on, because in my view, I know that look, I know what's going on. If you said and you offered that up, you have another fan in you. Gross. You would have another fan. And it's weird because as the McConnell thing happened, there was a story that came out by Jimmy Graham, or about Jimmy Graham, the NFL tight end, who was found just wandering around, not knowing where the fuck he was, thinking he was walking home, thinking he was all this weird shit. I don't know the specifics, but I'm saying that. And they arrested him and they let him go, saying maybe he was a seizure. Honestly, ask Randy, ask Tyler, shit, you could ask my father. As an epileptic, I have had that same thing happen to me numerous times. We went to an XFL game, the first reincarnation, and that night I got lost thinking I was a block from my house every block I went to. I felt the way that Jimmy Graham's press release sounded. I say what you want about the fucking guy. Oh no, he was just drunk and fucked up and walking around. He may have been, but I am telling you, as someone who was, I guess only drunk, but when am I not? I have been that guy, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that it had something to do with epilepsy. Now, here's the problem I'm running into. I have a lot of moments in this episode that are probably going to get cut out. There's a lot of dead air. There's a lot of me fucking with the mic. I have quite a few things that I'm going to have to put off till the next one. Luckily, I saved all my evergreen material, if you will. I saved it all to the end. Also, luckily, only people who are listening right now are the people who enjoy the show, understand me, because I have a bit of a, I don't know if it's a bone to pick with somebody, I don't know if it's a, you know what, it goes back to the epilepsy thing, it goes back to the, if you're going to benefit somebody, or if you're going to try to benefit a cause, make sure you do it in the right way. Don't have a pie eating contest for diabetes awareness. Don't have a fucking laser light show for epilepsy research. So I'm golfing the other day. I'm golfing with my old man. Because I've been playing terrible, I go off in the middle of the woods. And I find a almost brand new golf ball. Pro V1, in fact. And you golfers know, like, hey, you don't find brand new ones. Along the seam, try that again because my G's suck. Along the seam, they say live like whoever. And on the other side, there's a picture of this person. And my father and I look it up while we're golfing because we play super fast and everyone in front of us always plays super slow. So we have time. So we look it up. It is one of the most horrific stories we've ever seen, ever heard. It's just, it is terrible. The golf ball is honoring, and it was made for a tournament that is raising awareness. The gal who was on the golf ball essentially died from domestic violence. I know, it is fucked up. Like, it's weird that the stigma is still there, like it's not talked about, or it's not seen the same way, or whatever. It's fucked up. Why? I'm trying to figure out how to... If you put her face on a golf ball, you're encouraging people to hit her in the face between 75 and 95 times around. Why? Think of a better way. Because I see that ball, I come across it, I'm like, oh, this would be good to play and be good to honor her, and I put it on a team like, oh no, wait, I'm gonna have to fucking hit her in the face at 120 miles an hour. Yeah, my swing speed's 120. Fuck you, homos. Think of better ways to do it. I understand you're trying to help, but you're encouraging people to hit in the face this gal who died by getting hit in the face. And it's not my fucking fault. It's not my fault that's what you did. I didn't say the name. I didn't see words. You made a golf ball to educate people on domestic violence. And it turned out what you did was encourage people to hit a domestic violence victim in the face. Oh, this is probably... I have a whole bunch of shit about talking about, how the new generation... It's not lost, no matter what people like me and other people think. But that seems like as good of time... Let's try that again. This seems like as good of time as any to end the show. Considering I just drank the last beer I brought in here. Oh, by the way, I have plenty of beer. I made sure to only bring a few in here to make sure I didn't go too batshit. I bet it didn't work, did it? Alright, so I appreciate everyone listening. If you listen through the end of it, I'm either sorry or I'm glad you enjoyed my odd take. Like I said earlier, I am wearing a C² Hour t-shirt right now. Bought from teespring.com. Well, it wasn't necessarily bought because we got it for my bowling team. That's right, bowling team. I have some shit to talk bowling too. Damn it, I missed out on my bowling talk. I guess that's gonna happen next episode. Hopefully next week, but remember, getting drunk during the day is still frowned upon. So yeah, check out Teespring, C² Hour. If you go to spring.com and look up C² Hour, you'll find stuff. If you look on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the links are all there. I'm trying to think of something else to add, but there really isn't. Or maybe I'm not doing that. Maybe I'm not a huge fan of what I just said, so maybe I'm trying to make more time after my last point. You know what though? Fuck it. I 100% agree with what I said. if you're gonna honor somebody, honor them in the right way. So, again, check me out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on Spotify. I'm all those. You'll see the link for the t-shirt and everything shop. Hats there. New logo is coming, by the way. If you want to show off that you're a squarehead, that's about to happen. Beyond that, that's all I got, so I will see you all next time.